Welcome to today's session. Today we are discussing all the worked out problems from the textbook, which belongs to the topic Kirchhoff's law and Wheatstone's bridge and meter bridge. Okay, so we have first example 3.6, that is a battery of 10 volt and negligible internal resistance is connected across the diagonally opposite corners of a cubical network consisting of 12 resistors, each of resistance 1 ohm. Determine the equivalent resistance of the network and the current along each edge of the cube. Okay, so here it is a complicated network, but we can solve it very easily using what Kirchhoff's rule. So you are asked to find two things, that is equivalent resistance and the current along each edge of the cube. Okay, so here the marking of current and all, it is given as a part of solution of the question. Okay, not as a part of the question. Part of the question means the structure of that cube with the resistors along with the cell of EMF 10 volt. That's what the question is. The rest marking of the current and all, it is a part of the solution. Take care of that. Okay, so let's discuss how we solve this. So here one thing is there, that is all the 12 resistors are of same resistance, that is 1 ohm. Okay, so here you can see that the current sent by the cell on reaching the junction A, it gets divided into three parts. And since the three resistances are equal, the current gets divided equally. So that is why we take the current sent by the cell as 3I. We take the current sent by the cell as 3I, and at A that 3I is getting splitted equally. So I. Hope it is clear. So the three currents in that branch, it is I. Okay, these three branches. Now current through AB. Current through AB reaching the junction B, again it splits into two. It splits, but since the resistors are equally, it gets splitted equally. So I by 2, I by 2. Okay, so here I by 2, here I by 2. Similarly, current in the branch AD, on reaching D, it splits into I by 2 and I by 2. Current in the branch A dash, reaching the junction A dash, that also splits into I by 2, I by 2. So that is the case, current splitting. Now again, when these currents reaching the other junctions, so here when it reaches C, that means current in the branch BC, when it reaches C, it is joined by the current from D, that is I by 2. So I by 2 and I by 2 combine to form I. So current in this branch is I. Similarly, current in the branch B dash, it combines with the current in the branch A dash B dash to form I. So current in B dash C dash is I. Similarly, current from A dash D dash combines, current from, not this, current from D dash C is I. It is how A dash D dash, it is I by 2, and current in D dash D dash is I by 2. So we have I by 2 plus I by 2 will give you I. So that is how the current is getting splitted. So that last one I will say once again, that is current in A dash D dash combines with current in D dash to form the current in D dash C. So these two combine to form I. So that is how current is splitted in this circuit. So now we understood the current in all the edges, in all resistors. What about the current? And first question is to find the equivalent resistance. So using Kirchhoff's law, you need not find what the effective resistance and all. That means series, parallel and all you need not consider. So we can directly find the effective resistance, because if we consider what the cell to be reduced to a simple circuit. Suppose we replace the whole cube with an effective resistance R equivalent. So R equivalent is the effect. Now in this diagram we will choose a loop. The loop is A, B, C, C dash, E, A. This loop we are considering. Okay. And for that loop we will write what? Kirchhoff's voltage law. We'll write the Kirchhoff's voltage law for that loop A, B, C, C dash, E, A. So starting from A, we have the first term, that is IR, that each resistor we are taking to be IR. Then from BC it is I by 2. So plus I by 2 into R. Okay. Now third one is I. Current is I plus I into R, that is equal to the EMF is 10. So this is the equation which we have. Okay, so we have IR plus IR, that is 2IR. So that equation becomes 2IR plus I by 2R. 2IR plus I by 2R. So we have 2IR plus I by 2R is equal to epsilon, that is 10 volt. Now we have IR. So this we can simplify. IR you take outside. So 2 plus 1 by 2 equal to epsilon. So what is what 2 plus 1 by 2? It is 5 by 2. So IR into 5 by 2 is equal to epsilon is 10. Just to solve this equation, because R is 1, so I we will get. So I is equal to, we'll get I is equal to what, 20 by 5 into R. R is 1. So we have 20 by 5 as 4. The current I, we will get it to be 4 ampere. Now to find equivalent resistance, you can replace the whole cube with an equivalent resistor R. That means R equivalent we are taking. R equivalent. So we have R equivalent. It is connected to a cell of EMF 10 volt. So R equivalent we need to find, and the current sent by the cell is what? It is 3I. I is 4, so it is 12 ampere. 4 ampere is the current, that is I. So we have 12 ampere, the total current. So what will be R equivalent? R equivalent is very simple. R equivalent is equal to 10 divided by 12, that is, it is 5 by 6 ohm. So equivalent resistance of the network is what? 5 by 6 ohm. So that is the answer. So in simple way, no, we can find this what equivalent resistance. Okay, so that is the answer to that question. Even if the what diagram looks complex, it is easy. Now determine the current in each branch of the network shown. So this is a complex one. So here also the current, it is shown as a part of solution actually. So whenever a Kirchhoff's problem is given, no, your first step is to mark the direction of current. How to mark the direction of current? Wherever you see the cell, no, from that cell, positive of the cell, you start a current. So here 10 volt cell is there. From that 10 volt cell, we are marking a current I1. From the 10 volt cell, we have a current I1. Okay. Then that current that reaching the junction A splits into I2 and I1 minus I2. So current sent by the cell of 10 volt EMF is I1, and I1 at reaching the junction at A, it splits into what? I2 and I2 through this and I1 minus I2 through this. Okay, Similarly, the current sent by the cell of EMF 5 volt is I3. Now I3 reaching the junction B, it splits into, it's not getting splitted because from this branch current I2 is coming. So when it goes through this 2 ohm, no, it gets added with I2. So that current through 2 ohm, it becomes I2 plus I3. Okay. Now in this branch, the current is what? I1. So I2 plus I3 reaching the junction C, I1 is flowing through this 1 ohm. I1 is flowing through this 1 ohm. So the current through this 2 ohm, it is I2 plus I3 minus I1. That is how we are taking the current using junction rule. Okay. Now I2 plus I3 minus I1 combines with I1 minus I2. So you will get I3, the current in this arm to be I3. So that is how we complete the marking of current. So first step is that is, first of all, you locate the cell, start with the current and decide the other currents also. Okay, even if you go wrong in marking the direction of current, no, when you get answer, you will get a negative sign in that. By that it will be compensated. Okay, so you can mark, this is the way. First you locate the battery, and from the positive of the battery you start with the current and proceed in that way. Okay, now we need to find the current in each branch. Means first of all you need to find I1, I2, I3. Then only you will get current in each resistor. Okay, so for that you need to frame equations using KVL. Then solve the equations. You know how to solve linear equations. Solve those equations and find the current. So framing equations, we will discuss the solution, that means solving that equations and finding current, that you do yourself. So for the branch, for the loop ADCA, we have 4 into I1 minus I2. Okay, then minus 2 into I2 plus I3 minus I1, then plus I1 into 1 ohm, that is equal to 10 volt. So this is the first equation. Now you can simplify this equation. I1 terms write together and I2 terms like that. So here we have 4I1, then minus of minus plus 2I1. So we have 6I1 plus I1, it is 7I1. So 7I1, then minus 4I2 minus 2I2, that is minus 6I2. Minus 6I2. Then I3 term, only one I3 term, that is minus 2I3. That is equal to 10 volt. So this equation you can call as first equation. You have an equation in I1, I2 and I3. Now for the loop ABCA, so we are considering the loop ABCA. For that loop, we have 4I2, then plus 2 into I2 plus I3, plus 1 into I1 is equal to 10 volt. So we will simplify this. So we have 4I2 plus 2I2, that is 6I2. Then I3, it is 2I3 plus 2I3 plus I1 is equal to 10 volt. So that is second equation. Now we will take the loop BCDEB. We have BCDEB. BCDEB. For that loop, we have 2 into I2 plus I3 plus 2 into I2 plus I3 minus I1, then that is equal to, no more resistances in that loop, that is equal to 5 volt. So we have 2I2 plus 2I2, that is 4I2 plus 4I3 minus 2I1 is equal to 5. So you may be thinking, how will we get, or how many equations you have to frame? It's depending on the number of unknowns. So in this question, how many unknowns are there? 3, I1, I2 and I3. So at least 3 equations you have to frame. So 3 loops we have taken and 3 equations also we have framed, and it is up to you to solve the 3 simultaneous equations and find the values of I1, I2 and I3. This solution you have studied already in lower classes in 9th and 10th. So by that way you have to solve these equations and get the answer for I1, I2 and I3. And after getting I1, I2 and I3, you can find the combinations which all currents are passing through each resistor, that you can find.